That's not me.
Good. Hey, Mark. Mark Oles. Do you want to move this podium up here so Father can get at it? No, we're going to come up front. Well, we have time. I have like 4 minutes of information. No, Father, is an intermission.
Right.
Yeah.
In that intermission, Father Allen immediately followed by the prayer.
Tom Nairn. So we go to Father Allen for his talk. We do the quilt. Then Tom Nairn. It's all right up here.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, so when we count down, when I hit 1, I want you to start clapping, okay? That's the way this works. So I want to hear a nice loud clapping when I come in and I say good evening, everyone, okay? Should I come off side and come in? Oh, why not? Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to, thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Bruin Benefit Celebrazione. All right? And welcome home, Bruins. Whether you're on screen or you're live, it's so good for us to be here tonight. I'm so excited for this evening. I am Principal Dave Steck, soon to be president of this great school, my own alma mater. Coming to you live from Padua, France. Thank you very much. Thank you. Live from Padua Franciscan Gymnasium. And as St. Francis would say, buonasera, buona gente. Buonasera. Good evening, good people. I'm so excited to be with you tonight in this special way. We have been through a remarkable year. And to be together, whether live or at home virtually, is just an absolute true blessing. I just feel like Jimmy Fallon tonight. I have an audience of about 135 people. Give yourself a round of applause. And we have an audience of millions at home watching, right? How many people do we have at home? Do we know that answer? Do we know that answer? Not yet. More than one. But everybody's a part of the celebration. Welcome to Padua Late Night Show with Dave Steck. It's going to be a great ball, a lot of fun. Tonight we have so much to be proud of and happy for and to celebrate. Certainly all the good that is going on here at Padua that continues to help provide our students entrusted to us. And tonight we also celebrate the incredible careers of Brother Tom Carroll and of Father Alan DeCorte. It has already been an exciting 34 hours of bidding. Thank you so much for helping our Bruin families afford a Padua education and partnering with a mission of holiness and learning. And that's what bidding does. It supports our mission. It's a mission to help our students be happy, healthy, holy, and highly prepared, and you help with that. And so many support our Padua Bruins, and tonight it is truly unending loyalty of the Bruin family. So I'm excited for the next 90 minutes. We have great raffles and incredible live auction items to sell. Thank you for being here. You are the ones that give me energy. You are the ones that bring me joy. And your generous giving over the last year and this last 34 hours has been really amazing. As crazy as this past year has been, this next year will be just as amazing. I know it. We have hope. We have faith. That we will not only endure what we've gone through, but we're going to thrive in the future. It's going to be an extraordinary year ahead. It's going to be a loud summer here, not because of the 17-year-old cicadas. That's going to be enough. But just because, we sold Padua Park and we have these wonderful opportunities to do some projects here at the school that are really going to change who we are. We're renovating both chemistry labs, or computer labs this summer, making them an innovation center. We are going to renovate our wrestling room and finally get rid of any problems that were there. So we're very happy about that. And we're going to totally renovate the girls' locker room this fall for our Lady Bruins. They're so important to who we are. Yes, absolutely. Give them a round of applause. Also, next year is our 60th anniversary. Do you believe it? We opened in 1961. Class of 65's here, yes? There you are. Yeah, class of 65, first graduating class. I'm telling you, we're going to have one big party next summer for the grand reunion. But seriously, as true as all that is, and how great all that is, Padua families need to be generous tonight because that's who we are. We have Padua families in need. And we're here to help with that. So please give deeply tonight. Your gifts do make a difference. They make a difference in the lives of these kids. And there's no deals. There's nothing on sale. Please consider an overbid. And because the money represents families who continue to be a part of our Padua family, who are so very important to us. So keep eating, keep drinking. That helps spending, so I'm told. So continue to have a lot of fun. So all of this is going to go very, very fast. Even though 90 minutes seems like a long time, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fast moving. Here are the rules. All the silent items will end exactly at 9:30 p.m. Okay? So you can keep bidding all the way up to that point. As soon as 9:30 hits, we close those items. All the premier items that we have tonight, the 10 of them, those will be closing at 9 p.m., exactly at 9, and I will help walk you through that. So let me give you a couple instructions. Again, all items are closing at the stated time, so we're not going to close them individually. Make sure that you're looking at a real clock because lag time could cause you to be off time. And we will be running that at different times on the screen. Make sure you're time your bathroom breaks, right? Like you don't want to miss something, so make sure that you're trying to figure that all out. I'll try to give you clues on that. All bidding for the live auction and the premier items is through the electronic app GiveSmart. So if you don't have the GiveSmart app, then you are not bidding. It's very different because we have both live and virtual, so we got to make sure that that competition happens. Do not call the school. Do not call my cell phone. Don't come up here. Don't throw stuff at me. You can scream at your screen. It's not going to matter. But stay calm, bid on your app, and I will see all the action up here. If you've ever been on eBay, you know that auto bidding can help. So we do have auto bidding. It's a part of your, dear Lord, we absolutely have auto bidding available, and auto bidding you put in what you're willing to pay, and it will keep upticking the bid. We won't charge everybody who put auto bid, only the person that wins, and that will help guarantee you what you want. So there's certain people that are very headstrong that will not lose an item, and so I'm just saying, and so if you just put in $10,000 in there, then you will get it. As long as somebody else doesn't put 11. Remember, there will be no last calls, no fair warnings. At 9 p.m., the highest winner bid wins. You got it? Yes? All right, so let's move on. So the first thing we're going to do, as I'm talking, you're bidding, I will call out what I can when I see what's going on. All premier items will be closing in a little less than 53 minutes, right? So let's keep track of what's going on here exactly at 9 p.m. We have 2 raffles going on tonight. This is 4. 2 raffles going on tonight. One is the $3,000 tuition voucher. So get your tickets for that. We're going to stop selling those tickets at 8:25, and we're going to draw that at 8:30. That'll be the first thing we draw is 8:30, that raffle. And then we also have a 50-50, which is well over $7,500 right now. So keep buying those. We'll do that at the very end of the night. So to kick this off and to focus our efforts tonight, I'm going to turn it over down to the floor to Father Allen, who is our president. Give him a round of applause.
Well, good evening, everybody. want to take this? Or? I have a cane now. I have to use a cane at my old age, 74. David and I have this ongoing feud at our board meetings. Who's going to speak the longest? And my reports are usually one sheet, very brief, to the point, bada bing, bada boom, it's over. Okay, David, now it's your turn. He follows me. Here's his 6 pages. Here's his 7 pages. And he goes over every friggin' word, everything. The other night I timed him. He said 14 minutes. I said, no, I think it's a little bit longer than that. No, it was 14 minutes. But you get the gist of it tonight. He goes on and on. He's really good at that. So thank you for the introduction, Dave. You did a good job so far. Well, I've been here 8 years, and it's been a lovely 8 years. We're here this evening to honor this school, to show everyone, to celebrate, Celebrazione, to celebrate the fact that we all came together and we all put this building together in many different ways. We have a lovely new entrance as a result of a wonderful gift from the Fredeker family. We've got a new entrance. We've got a wonderful back entrance here as a result of John Warkaba and his buddy. So they're here too. We made a lot of improvements, a lot of changes, but I tell you the one that impressed me the most, I said, what should I talk about? So one of the guys says, why don't you talk about something that's really special? I said, all right. I said, when I got here, I said, I was working with Nick Iafiola, and Nick had always pushed for a turf field. And I said, well, what's wrong? Why don't you have one? Well, we can't get anybody to vote for it on the board and do it. Said, well, it's quite an expensive venture. And I said, well, let's see what we can do. So in 9 months, we were able to discuss it, make the plans, and come up with the moolah, the loan at least, to pay for it. And what happened was, what makes it memorable for me was that he said, I've been plugging for this for 9 years, and you're here for 9 months, and you got it done. I say, hey, that's the way the Spirit works, The Spirit works that way. One of the students I met towards the end of the venture, as they were putting it all together, and he said, Father, he says, I'm mad at you. I said, well, what's the problem? He says, you should have been here 1 year earlier because I'm graduating and I can't use that field anymore. I said, well, my heart goes out to you. But, you can still come around and you can enjoy it and come and watch the games and support your fellow students. So, yeah. But that was that. If you want to talk about something memorable, it was that. That was my first attempt at making a real difference here at Padua. And it worked. We have been able to bring in students to look at that field. We've been able to entice students to come here because of that field. And that was just the beginning. And then we continued on to all kinds of different things, which are written up, I guess, in that magazine on that one page. And then there's something in the back there. And I couldn't have done it without you. Not me. We could not have done it unless we all came together with this. When one mind, one heart, we made a difference. And I was able to get the bear out of hibernation and move it a little bit, and we did. And that was a good thing. That was a darn good thing that we did it. So I'm really happy about what we've accomplished over 8 years. We together, folks here, the folks at home, people watching, whether it's a $50 gift, a $25 gift, or a $500,000 gift, or $100,000, whatever the case might be, it was you who did it, and I want to congratulate you for your generosity. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a hand. One of the benefits of studying here, of course, is your future role in the world and society. And I came across a doctor who graduated here, unbeknownst to me. He's a graduate of Padua, He was working with neurology for 8 years. The past 8 years, he's been in active practice. And I said, even you, I said, like Tom was saying, Brother Tom was saying, everywhere you go, you run into people from Padua. You can't get away from them, which is a good thing. I mean, I'm not knocking that at all, because we have about 11,500 graduates, I believe, who have walked these halls over the past 60 years and are doing well. They're doing very well out there. So I want to just say thanks a million for all that you have done for me. You supported me, and it's good that I was here. First chance I had to come here, my provincial asked me, do you want to go to Padua? We would like you to go there, be president. That was like 29 years ago. I said, are you crazy? I told him, I said, no way. I said, that was after, I don't know, I was new in ministry, you know. And I said, no, I can't do it. That's the only time I said no to a provincial who's with us tonight. Not the same guy, but a provincial is here with us. And so I said, God has a sense of humor. It was, let me see, 40 years into my ministry, 36 years into my ministry. I was in Rome, and I decided I was going to leave Rome and come back to the States. Why, you say, would you want to do that? I don't know. Must have been drinking too much wine one night. But I said, no, I'm going back to the States. And then I got a call and an offer to come to where? Padua. I said, at the beginning of my ministry life and at the end of my ministry life, I said, there must be something here. God wants me here. So I said, God, you got a good sense of humor. I'll look at it. And I met with the board and accepted the job. So it's been good. It's been good for me. And hopefully it's good for Padua. We have, one other thing I wanted to say is, sometimes people say, well, look what they're doing at Ignatius. Look what they're doing at Walsh. Look what they're doing at Ed's. I said, I don't want to be Ignatius. I don't want to be Ed's. I want to be Padua. That's where we want to put our energy. That's where we want to put our efforts. We're not into imitating anybody these days, because we've got a product that nobody can match, I think. We've got a hell of a lot of good things going on for us here, and we need to keep it that way. So one of the things that we've done is creatively put together a group of friars who have supported this place. I want to introduce them to you. They're sitting here at the table. One is our provincial, Father Tom Naren. He's our boss. Tom calls the shots and makes the assignments of friars in the province and directs the province very well. Next to him, to his right, is Father Ted Haig. You remember him? Yes, I succeeded him. Then next to him is a good friend of mine, Father John Dombrowski, who's on our board of trustees. To his right is Father John Paul Caffiero, good Italian. And to his right is Father, not Father yet, he's going to be ordained May 22nd, right? He'll be ordained. He's a deacon now, a humble deacon. Mark Shekels. Mark's going to be teaching at Padua next year, so. He's going to be teaching history and theology, I believe. I believe that's what he's going to be doing. Okay, I would like to present to you this quilt that was put together by Debbie Green. It happens to be put together from a lot of the T-shirts that I accumulated over 8 years here. It, here at Padua, if you have an event, you have to have a T-shirt. I have more darn T-shirts hanging around. And they come in handy, but then I said, enough is enough. So what we did was put the T-shirts together, put them in a bag, and this is the result of using those T-shirts. She put them all together in a quilt, And there are all kinds of representations here. It's all Padua stuff. So we are blessed indeed with this. So that'll be up for auction. But I want to bless it. I want to bless this quilt real quick like. So let us pray. Almighty God, it is your will to bring comfort and love to our Padua Franciscan family. Thank you for Debbie Green and all of those who assisted her, presenting their talents to create this beautiful message of Paduan love for all who see it and for all who will use it. May all who view this quilt be wrapped in your love and forgiveness. We pray that this quilt will serve as a useful purpose in the life of the recipient, that it will bring warmth in the cold, shelter from the sun and heat, a wall for a home, or a carrier for a few precious belongings. Bless this quilt wherever it may be used, that it may provide warmth and security and be a source of comfort and hope to all it touches. We ask this all in the name of Jesus, who is Lord forever and ever. Amen. Very good. Now, ordinarily, we don't offer to sell blessed objects. That's simony. But tonight, we're going to put simony aside. So if you'd like to bid on this, I'm sure you can. Lastly, I'd like to introduce our provincial then, Father Tom Nairn. He's got a few ideas and thoughts he'd like to share with us.
David, I need your help for this, quickly. David, I've always talked about your Franciscan heart. There are a lot of transitions that are happening this year with Brother Tom, Father Alan, a brother soon to be Father Mark, but also David as you become the next president of Padua. It's hard for me to say this, but the Franciscans on the council decided that we really want a Franciscan of our province to be the next president. So we are affiliating you to the province of the Sacred Heart.
Thank you. I will take care of it.
Need your signature. You've got to sign your life away.
Oh, boy.
And Beth, you've just gotten 150 brothers-in-law.
In duplicate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's an honor. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
We'll see if you like this when you get a list of the obligations that go along with it.
I'm looking for the small print.
We have celibacy. We have one other affiliate of the province who's here with us. Paul Lors, where's Paul? There he is. And I did not want to forget to introduce to you one other friar who's here. Of course, you've heard him already, Brother Tom Carroll. My plans are to retire on June 30th, my birthday, when I become 75, and put my feet up on July 1st and relax a little and give the rest of the direction for Padua to my successor, Dave Steck. So I will be celebrating my retirement quite nicely, and I thank you all for leading me to it. Peace. God bless.
That was a surprise. We're live on TV, so we got to keep moving, right? Because we have things that are going to be selling. So that quilt is currently being sold. That is item number 1001. Don't worry, all the t-shirts were washed, and it's really very, very beautiful. Again, thank you, Father, for that blessing, for all of that. As we continue to move on, I want to go through a couple of these items just to make sure everybody knows what it is. And number 1002 is the graduation seating for 12 guests. Currently, right now, you only get 4 tickets for graduation. And so there'll be no rushing to graduation. We're going to save you a nice group of seats, 2 sets of 6 right next to each other, as health code tells us to. You will be the closest family seating at graduation with 12 tickets at Padua Stadium. We're doing graduation for the first time at Padua Stadium. That's going to be fantastic. And yeah, for sure. And you'll sit on the track. You'll have seats. It includes close parking for 2, though 12 people, 3. Let's go with 3 cars, unless you own a clown car. We're going to have to go with 3 cars for that. So again, first graduation ever on the field, big family, and that's currently going for $800. So continue to bid on that as well. And again, we're going to get you closest to the stage. This year, once again, one of the exciting items last year was the rare bourbon items, and that's back again. Dana and Kara Banyas once again went out and found some incredible options for bourbon, and so it's a hot commodity, right? You can be the envy of your friends, great special birthday gifts, and congratulations, they're collector's items. And this 1003 is the Blanton's bourbon. It is so hard to find. It's got great complex flavors, so I've heard. It's the coolest bottles, horses on the top. It's hard to find these things. And those currently are going for $1,610. That's it, $1,610. Hey, listen, it's for the kids. It's for the kids. So look at those cool bottles. Chris, let's go. Hey, listen, I want you to know, even though you're live, I'm not going to be mentioning your names, okay? However you want to fall on these bidding, please do. I will keep everything the way those things are. So keep bidding on those. Listen, we're going to shut down the tickets for the tuition auction. So if you want to get the $3,000 tuition voucher, please buy those tickets, because we're going to be shutting those down, and we're going to be pulling that ticket in just a few minutes here, in 3 minutes. The next item is 1004. It's time for vacation. That's donated by Donna Ross, class of 89, who's the director of our MyTrack program. So we got both our M-Track people here tonight. We got Lori Grabowski, who is doing the VR stuff, and our MyTrack person with Donna Ross. They do incredible work for us, and it's a fantastic program. So who doesn't want to go to Florida right now? 2 bedrooms, 1 king, 2 queen. Beautiful condo in Orange Lake Resort near Kissimmee, which is by the Disney and all of the different parks. There's golf, there's everything you could want. And if Orlando isn't your thing, then you could go to New Orleans, Vegas. You can go to Marco Island or Myrtle Beach with this same information, because it is a Holiday Inn Club vacation trip. Currently, right now, a bargain at $1935. $1935. Again, we're going to end all of these at 9 o'clock. So keep bidding on that. Keep pushing it up. Thanks again, Donna, for that. And then we're going to get to number 1005. And 1005 is the walking tour of Little Italy with myself and my wife. It is donated by Bill and Barbara Snow and Ed and Judy Campo Benedetto, which is a great name to say. I just love it. Campo Benedetto just flows off my. So yeah, we're going to have a ball in Little Italy. I mean, we're going to walk around. We're going to learn all of the different information about Little Italy. It's going to be a 3.5-hour walking tour. Wait, I thought you said 3.5 blocks. 3.5 hours. Well, okay, we're going to be eating for 2.5 of that. You're going to learn the rich history of Little Italy. We'll eat, we'll have wine. It'll be wonderful. Barbara Snow is the adjunct professor at Cuyahoga County Community College, where she leads the culinary team there. And she's developed recipes for national companies. I hear she's just an absolute wonder and joy, right? She has worked with Wolfgang Puck, Michael Simon, Tom Colicchio, and Francois Payard. So this is going to be an incredible time, and it includes dinner at the end. We are taking everyone to dinner at the end. We'll pick a place, Michelangelo's or something like that. We're going to have a ball. So those are the first 5 premier items, right? And continue to bid on them, continue to rise them up. Right now, the walking tour is at $2,440. $2,440, and that's a great bid. So thank you. I'd love to see that hit well over 3,000. That would be wonderful, right? Okay, so we're ready to pick the tuition raffle ticket. So this is for $3,000 off tuition, and we're hoping that, God guides that to the right person, right? That's always part of what we do. So, and the winner is Luis Hess. Luis Hess. Congratulations to Luis. You just won a $3,000 tuition voucher to Padua Franciscan High School. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to take an intermission. We're going to take a 10-minute intermission, go to the bathroom, refill your drinks, check your silent bids, which again closes at 9:30. The silent bids close at 9:30, these live ones at 9. Keep bidding, keep having fun, enjoy some of the wonderful things that are happening at Padua, and a special video tribute to Father Allen. We'll be back in 10 short minutes. See you in a few.
Father Allen is someone who's very spiritual, very kind.
He's a man that gets things done, and he's a good friend.
Really emphasizing the feeling of home that you get here at Padua.
He's a person who knows what he wants, cares about what he's doing, and he gets the job done.
2 things. 1, Italian.
Okay.
And secondly, stubborn.
It's more like a free spirit. He just says what he feels and what he wants, and you never know what he's going to say, and it's a blessing.
I met Father Allen at the Padua golf outing a couple of years ago, and I said to my friends, he reminds me of Friar Tuck.
I was in St. Louis, and I think I was still principal at the time, and the provincial, John Doctor, took you and I out to lunch to a restaurant that the friars go to in St. Louis, and yet I was very impressed. Everyone was walking into the restaurant. You seemed to know who they were, and more importantly, you seemed to know their net worth and what they were doing, and how you could network with them, and I thought, this would be a great president someday at Padua High School.
There was, I think we had mass or something, and afterward I came up to him and introduced myself to him, and we were talking and sharing stories. So it was really nice. He made a really nice impression on me because he made time for me and talked to me.
The first time I met Father Allen was at the Red, White, and Bruin. It was a great chance to see him and actually meet him for the first time, kind of outside of the school setting, in a more social setting, and it was a lot of fun.
2 years ago in concert choir when we went to go perform a song in his office, and it was kind of long, but he was very nice, very supportive, and said we were really good, and he really enjoyed it, and it was really nice talking to him.
One of the things I really enjoyed about Father Allen was how he would weave these Italian phrases into his message whenever he was addressing a crowd.
I remember there was one late night, we were rehearsing White Christmas. It was one of our last rehearsals before we opened. He was working late, and I honestly think he didn't realize we were there, and sort of heard music coming from the gym, so he came over from his office and he just stood there and watched, and it was a real joy and a real pleasure to see him being so excited about what the community was doing.
I remember on my Kairos back in December, Father Allen was holding a mass for us, and we were all happy and hugging each other at the sign of peace. And I went to give Father Allen a handshake, and he said, "Hey, what about me? I want a hug." So that made me laugh, and I remember him always making other people laugh.
Homilies would always be really meaningful when he would go around asking specific questions, and I would always hope that I wouldn't get called on, but I never did. But the questions always really made you think, and the answers that you came up with in your own mind really helped you to grow as a person. And I think those homilies were a big part of that first year, getting me to feel as Padua truly was a home and more comfortable here, and that is in large part to Father.
It's impossible to overstate the impact that Father Allen has had on the Padua community. I mean, if you think of just the very building and what it looked like when he got here and what it looks like now, you'd think he'd have been here for like 20 years.
All you have to do is look around, and you can see the marks all over the building. But I think on top of, whether it's lockers, football field, locker room, all the different things, just the way that he touched people's lives and the sense of community and the way that has kind of changed over his tenure.
He did so many improvements here at Padua. It's just wonderful what he's done for us.
It's unreal, the turf on the field, the locker rooms, the lockers in the hallway, the redesign of the classroom, the science lab, the front lobby, the back atrium, everything that he's done to enhance the very infrastructure of Padua. That's definitely part of his legacy.
Padua campaign, increased enrollment, hiring of teachers that still teach the Franciscan way.
I'm just going to miss our pizza lunches. Like once a quarter, Father and me and a couple other faculty members would get together and order some anchovy, mushroom, and sausage pizza because nobody else wanted to eat it. I'm glad that we got you. Thanks for so much that you've done for Padua, your courage.
Retirement. You've done a lot of work, and we all appreciate you very, very much.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for what you've done for me personally and for what you've done for Padua Franciscan. You will be missed immensely.
Father Allen, I hope you enjoy your retirement. Thank you so much for all the things you did for our school.
Hey, Father Allen, it's us down here in the kitchen. We wanted to say that it's been a pleasure working for you and wish you all the best.
Certainly wish him health, happiness, and hope that he stays around the Padua community.
We'll miss you, you know that. You have my phone number, so when your engine light comes on, because you think I'm an auto mechanic for some reason, I'm sure I'll get the call.
Yeah, when you need help ordering something on Amazon, I will be happy to help you. Just call me. But he's right, he's not leaving. He's not leaving us. He doesn't get to leave us.
I wish Father Allen prayers and nothing but fun and a relaxing retirement.
Father Allen, I wish you well in your retirement, and I thank you for always being a beacon of light and happiness at Padua.
And as you can see, Father, you've had an incredible impact on so many people, and certainly on me as well. You made me a different person than I am, and all the things that you've done. I love you, and I thank you for all you've done. So God bless you for that. You will always be cherished by the Padua Bruins. Hopefully that quilt's doing well. How's the quilt doing? I'm going to throw this at you. See how this goes. We had 8. We're at 9,000. Where are we at? 650. They don't want your T-shirts, Father. Yeah, I'll come back onto this in a couple minutes. Everybody go to the bathroom? You're all good? How's the dessert? Yeah, you get your sugar? Back in. Come on, hey. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody at home's doing well. Beautiful. You know, I really do missing calling out all your names in competition, and I'm going to get a number of exactly how many people we have online here in a minute here. But you know, I'll try to work it in. Kohlers and Fredekers and Gaydoshes, Jajitskis and Ifiolas and Musties and all those people that we always call. Again, I'll try to work it in. I have to take a moment to verbally thank all of our sponsors. There's so many of you are so gracious, especially our platinum title sponsor of Kohler Financial Group, Kohler family, the Fredeker family, and Dave and Ginny and Linda and Jim Jackson. Thank you for all that. You are incredible Bruins, all of you. So let's go on. More bourbon, I guess. More bourbon. 1006. Here we go. We have the Van Winkle Special Reserve 12-year-old Lot B. All right. Again, by Dana and Carabagnas. And don't pass this up. It's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, distilled, aged, and bottled by Old Rip Van Winkle Distilleries in Frankfort, Kentucky. So again, where are we at with this one? Again, a deal at $15.90. $15.90. So you've paid now for the booze. Now the bids are going to help Padua, right? Because you got to pay for this first and then help. So again, very, very special items here. That's very, very difficult to find. The 50-50 tickets are still on sale, so please buy that. Where are we at with the 50-50? Let's find that information out as well. I want to let people know where that's at. Number 1007. 1007 is the private wine tasting and champagne sabering donated by Brian Heinzerling, class 86. Yep. Enjoy a private wine tasting for 8 conducted by Brian Heinzerling. Certainly Elaine will be there. Yes? Amen. Makes it all a little bit better, Elaine. I love you, Brian, but Brian has been in the wine business for over 30 years. He began his, your event will begin with a sabering of champagne bottles. You even get your very own saber. How cool is that? How many of you can say you have your own saber? Me too. but you too can have your own saber. And it's very, very cool. There will be 5 additional wines to taste and discuss. Maybe you'll remember the discussion. There will be artisan bottles of water, Padua glassware, charcuterie trays will be provided, and there's only one of these tasting experiences available and will be held on a mutual agreeable date prior to April 1st. The tasting can be held at the Friary. It could be here at Padua. It could be at your home. So just a great, great evening and event. And certainly, again, assisted by Elaine, who's also the class 86, which makes the evening that much more enjoyable. So continue to bid on that. Again, nobody really gets a champagne saber, so very, very cool. Think about this, a very special event, a wedding, an anniversary, a birthday, maybe a big promotion. Like if somebody you know is getting a promotion, Beth, somebody getting a promotion. No, nothing. Wine and champagne. And it is a priceless. Thank you again, Brian, for giving us that. Number 1008, a cookout like no other. So you know that Father Allen and I, we always do these great big 7-course meals, and we love doing that, but we thought we'd switch it up a little bit and give you a gourmet picnic. So dry-aged beef, prime beef, If you bid enough, I'll give you lobster tails, right? It'll be nuts, soup, salad, everything you can imagine in a picnic. I would love to cook for you, and we will spare no expense and no laughter. It'll be a wonderful event, fantastic food, great company. I always love doing these. Again, we're switching it up a little bit, but talk about, Father, if you've ever sat with him, talked with him, he just has a great stories. I'm sure he'll tell you about Parma. He might tell you that story, right? He loves that story. But we'll also have a great time. Never trust a skinny cook. That's what I tell you. So if you want a great steak, and I will cook it exactly to your specifications, I would love to do it for you. Hey, don't forget auto bidding, right? We're getting close here. Everything's closing at 9. It's 8:45. So in 15 minutes, everything's closing, and I want to make sure that you know that. So if you hit that auto bid, you put in what you want, it betters your chance of getting it if you use that. Number 1009 is Pappy Van Winkle. Well, what's that picnic going for? 1925. 1925. We're not at lobster level yet. Not really. Jerry, not at lobster level yet. I'm just saying. Okay. All right, we're going on to another bottle of bourbon, but this one is outrageous. This is, anybody who knows bourbon, clap your hands, because this is okay, 4 of you. 4 of you know. So Pappy Van Winkle, Family Reserve 15-year-old, is outrageously rare. You cannot find this. It took Dana 6 months to find it, and he finally has it. This is fine bourbon. It has remained undisturbed for 15 years, in deep charred heavy oak, untouched by human hands, unhurried by time. This is a very special bottle. It's a gift for that special friend. It's for retirement gift that will be cherished, ages forever. It's an investment bottle. Just keep it on your shelf. This bourbon would go great with dry-aged steak. Maybe if you were thinking about combining something. Of course, chefs have to taste to make sure everything goes well. But talk about a grand experience. Dry-aged steak and Rip Van Winkle. That would be really good. But, if you pull that bottle out with your friends, they'll just be so gel. So let's figure it out. Thank you, Dana and Kara. Thank you once again for this incredibly creative thing. All right, we have 13 minutes to go on all these items. Right now, the Pappy 15, $29.50. That's not enough. The dinner's at $2,000. That's good. Not good enough, but it's good. The wine tasting's at $15.25. What else we got? Give me some other things before we go to the last item. What is the quilts at $7.25? Thank you for that. Right? Graduation seating $1,025, and the Blattons $2,000. Wonderful. I'm getting a lot of iMessages. No, I can't golf tomorrow. All right, number 1010. All right, so this is super cool, right? So Ravens versus Browns, Baker Mayfield versus Lamar Jackson. This is donated by Dave Zavagno, class of 72. So very generous to Padua. This is a bucket list item if you're a football fan, right? Think about this. You get to go to T&M Stadium, and you and a guest will fly on a private jet from Cleveland to Baltimore for the day, watch the Cleveland Browns beat the Baltimore Ravens. Thank you. Leave and return on the same day includes flight, game day tickets, transportation to the stadium, and back to the jet. Okay? Talk about a date. Really? Could you imagine this? Hey, remember when we took the private jet to see the Browns beat Baltimore? Remember that? So who gets to say that? Some story. This is an engagement moment too. If you were thinking, that would be pretty good. but certainly a memory that you will always hold. It's for a special person, spouse, your child. Think about that. This has an incredible value. Where are we at? We're at $4,800. That's not paying for the flight. $4,800. That's going well under what it's worth. So again, we only have 11 minutes. You need to keep bidding. You need to keep pushing each other. That Browns thing's changed a bunch of times. Let's keep watching this. This one's going to be good, right? Again, so all of those things from number 1 all the way into number 10, we're going to continue to bid on these for the next couple minutes here. And we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to do what you need to do. We're going to take a break for just a second. We'll come back in about 3 minutes here, and then we're going to wrap this up at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Think of Padua, you think of Brother Tom as one of the first people you think of. Brother Tom standing at those front doors in his brown robe, greeting everyone with a smile.
I know we're going to miss him here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Take your time.
Thank you for being such a wonderful friend. Okay, we gotta stop.
It sometimes maybe sounds cliche when you say it of a person that he's always there for you, he'd do anything for you. But with Tom, it's literally true. He's literally always there for you, and he'd literally do anything for you.
He has done so many things at Padua. Most people don't even know all the things that he's done.
I just made a list of the jobs that you've done at Padua, and it's exhausting just to read it.
As moderator of the Padua Parents Club, you attended our meetings, fashion show luncheon, square dances, white elephant gift.
Obviously teaching as well as, dean of students, so he's done everything.
It really started for the Hurleys back in 1997. You have been a key part of Padua ever since.
Brother Tom Carroll was my Spanish teacher for my sophomore and junior years there at Padua. I remember that you were not allowed to speak English in his class, because if you did, he would just look at you and say, no entiendo, no entiendo.
My students were all wearing their German club t-shirts, and they got to put their favorite word or a nickname on the back of them. And one student had this on the back of his shirt, but he was a little bit too embarrassed to tell Brother Tom what it meant, so he told Brother Tom, it means great.
Back my junior year, a trip over to Spain, and there were 10 students and 5 chaperones. And I believe that he was supposed to be in charge of me. So if I had to give him a grade, probably like a C or a D, which incidentally I think is the grade he gave me in Spanish.
So when the Germans came from Germany, from Ursula Schula, Brother Tom came in and wanted to put together a sentence that he had learned in German. So he said, Ursula Schula ist lecker. So he basically had said, Ursula Schula is delicious.
And I do have to tell him, I did sneak out of the room at night, even though he probably doesn't realize it. So.
I have so many memories of Brother Tom from throughout my Padua career. Partly because of his influence, I'm now a professed secular Franciscan who is fully bilingual and works at a half-native Spanish-speaking parish in Virginia. I am so grateful for the amount of effort he put into my senior year Spanish class, requiring us to be fully conversational, and you couldn't even say you had to say
I loved our Spain trip that we took a couple years back.
maybe not staying up all night, having to ward off the Italian men's soccer team from our students, but the trip was great and I had fun.
For me, the word I think is acceptance. I don't know if I've ever met another person that just accepts people as they are, where they are, when they are. And I mean, Tom and I have done some work together, meeting a lot of different kind of people, and he's that way with everybody.
Meeting with those kids in academic peril at their lowest point, and you let them vent, you let them cry, you let them just kind of, I don't know, be, and you encourage them, and you brought them back, and you held them accountable, and that's where you have shined the most.
Brother Tom, you have been with me since the moment I walked in the door. You were the first person I met. I feel like you have been with me the whole time I've been here. You've supported me, you've helped me improve, you've encouraged me.
Thank you so much for everything, for your friendship, for mentoring me when I needed help as a new teacher.
Brother Tom, you were my mentor when I started here. You've made me the teacher that I am today. I've learned so much from you.
The inevitable challenges that come with the first year of teaching came for me just like they come for everyone. And Tom was just this steadying, calming force, and he just listened. He's such a good listener, and I'm going to miss that presence and that sort of security when he's not here.
The number of lives he touched. I met a parent at NHS the other night who looked at me and was yelling at me that Tom wasn't leaving. I'm sorry. Yeah, how could we let him go?
Brother Tom, I cannot imagine walking the halls of Padua and not seeing your smiling face.
You know what, Tom? The reason you hold a very dear place in my heart are these two.
Thank you for everything. Good luck.
We're gonna miss seeing you at LifeWorks and working out and killing it every time I see you at the gym.
Thank you for being such a great advocate for international travel and for being an awesome travel companion to Ursula Schula.
Pues gracias por todo esto, hermano Tomás, and I look forward to visiting you at St. Camilla's because it's not too far away. Thanks, Brother Tom. Best of luck.
I don't know what I'm going to do without you next year, but I wish you the best of luck. And there aren't enough words to say thank you for all you've done for me. I'll always be praying for you. I'll always love you.
You've made an indelible mark in our school, and we'll miss you greatly.
Brother Tom Carroll, I'm sad to hear that you are leaving Padua, but please know that I will always have fond memories of you and your classes. I wish you the very, very best, and may God bless you on your next journey, sir.
Thank you for your wisdom. I'm going to be missing you every morning, your hello, and definitely your sense of humor.
Brother Tom, we love you. We will certainly miss you. And we wish you peace and all good in your new adventure.
This isn't goodbye. It's not goodbye.
No, but thank you.
Yes.
I mean, I just thank you, Tom.
Hi, Brother Tom. Just want to say thank you for all the opportunities you've given me and everyone at the Spanish talks. Those really helped me. Good luck with your new job position. Thank you for everything you've done, and just thank you for helping me to better me.
Miss you, Brother Tom. Thank you for coming into our Spanish classes every week to teaching us how to speak.
Like everything you've done for our school. Thank you, Brother Tom, for everything that you've done for Padua and all of the students. We really
Brother Tom, thank you so much for encouraging me in Spanish class, and I wish you a great future.
For Brother Tom and all he has taught me. He has helped me and challenged me too.
I just want to thank you for all you've done this year and coming in.
Good luck on your next assignment. I'll be praying for you, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Wow. It's amazing. So we're going to, we have 1 minute left before we close all the premier items. So look at your phones. This is going to be it. We have a couple. We have the Browns tickets are at what, 5,500? Yes. Pappy's at 3,250. Dinner's at 3,350 with Father and I. That's lobster. That's beautiful. The wine tastings at 2,125. Vacations at 2,025. Pappy Lot B is 2,500. Blatton's at 2,750. Grad sittings at 1,175. The quilt got to 800, Father. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for those shirts. What do you have, 10 shirts on there? That's $80 a shirt for free. That's good. And now it's 45 with you and I, Father. And we're going to close it. We're closing it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, fair warning, sold. Thank you, everyone. Awesome. We'll get you some totals. A little different, but a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The 50-50 is at $10,000. So you'd get half of that, which is $2,000. I took Brother Tom for math. You said you taught math. So again, you want to continue to buy more tickets for that. That's great. Again, it is a math thing. The more tickets you buy, the better chance you have to win. So now we want to sort of switch gears. I mean, you saw the opportunity here to view how important Brother Tom was. I mean, this has been a very emotional evening so far. A lot of love, a lot of generosity, a lot of honor, a lot of humbleness. There's a lot of change happening. And, these beautiful videos made by Rebecca Simna, our very own teacher. She does a great job for us, celebrating both Father Alan and Brother Tom. Give her a round of applause. She did a beautiful job. Brother Tom, you say your claim to fame is that you taught me as a student. And I haven't told you this too many times, but you're not right at all. That is not your claim to fame. You will never understand how much you taught me over these 26 years. You taught me and so many more what it means to be a Franciscan and to desire to live my God and my all. As a teacher, a campus minister, I went to Spain, but that last night was really bad. I got really sick. Executive meetings in joy and frustration and anger. You taught me by who you were. You taught us by who you were. You have changed thousands and thousands of lives. You have done everything here, truly everything. And you have loved so much. I once asked you about why graduates hug you after graduation, because they don't hug me. Well, I push them away. I say, "You done?" No, they do. They hug you, and it's an odd group that hug you. No, it is. It's not the ones you would think. And you know what you told me? You said, "I love them, and I tell them the truth." That's what you did. And that impact is all we could ever hope for in our lives. To change children and our students that come into our lives, to love them and tell them the truth. To change our Padua community forever, to be my God and my all. That's your claim to fame. I was a good student. But you will be missed and you will be remembered forever. Thank you. If you haven't felt it, we've switched gears. We're changing gears here. Now's the time for the work, right? My heart is full of joy at the generosity so far. When I call those numbers out, I don't do it not knowing how gracious you are and how much you love this school. As you well know, this has been an extraordinary time in our lives. The pandemic has impacted us all. And through this, I could not be more proud of our Padua family, especially our students who persevered through all of this. This was very hard on parents. It was very hard on teachers. It was very hard on administrators. But it was brutal on students. And I'm so happy we're back, and I'm so happy that we're continuing to move forward. And I want to allow one of our students to talk to you just a little bit tonight. It's my honor this evening to introduce to you Dan Obloy, class of 21. I've had the honor to be Dan's principal over the past 4 years. Come on up, Dan. Yeah, it's okay. I'll tell him to his face, I truly believe you've become a remarkable young man. You're a man of strength and a man of faith. And I'm proud to call you a Bruin. Dan Obloy.
Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Awesome. I wanted to go a little bit off script tonight. As a 17-year-old student here, I've existed within a short time period that Padua has been around. And the love I feel tonight and watching these videos and talking to people that I've never met before really just reaffirms to me the mission we have at this school and just the rich history that this place has, how many people it's affected, and the legacy that it will continue to have for years to come. So everyone, round of applause for Brother Tom first, and then Father Allen. Secondly, I would like to thank all of you for being here tonight, both virtually and in person, for this year's Bruin benefit. My name is Daniel Obloy, and I'll be graduating with the class of 2021 in a few short weeks. Here at Padua, I've played football for 4 years and have had the privilege of leading the team as a captain my junior and senior seasons. I am the current Chancellor of German Club, and I enjoy volunteering with the Cleveland Browns-sponsored Adapted Football League during the summer. Throughout my life, I've pretty much lived by the saying, having no boss means having the best boss. So I started a pressure washing business last summer. I clean houses, driveways, patios, even clean some faculty members' driveways. And it's been nice to make cash, but just the interaction with people is pretty much what I like the most. So if any of you need work done, I'm your man. And I will be attending Case Western Reserve University next year to study aerospace and mechanical engineering while continuing my football career at the collegiate level. Yeah. But those accolades, as one might term them, where you just applause to, don't truly reflect the whole story of who I really am. They're part of it, but it would be like flipping to the end of the book and reading that before you learned about the characters. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Parma, right down the street from Padua, and attended Catholic grade school at St. Columkill. If you'd please move to the next slide. If you direct your attention to the board, you can see pictured my mother Laura on the left, my father Mark next to her, me, Daniel, and my brother Jacob. Jacob has a very abnormally large head. As you can see in the pictures, life was good. I had friendships that were forming at school, and I was always excelling academically. However, my life was quickly flipped upside down when my father passed away from an accidental drug overdose in 2011, and left behind my mom, brother, and I to figure out lives for ourselves without him. Before he passed, I knew he had problems. I had visited him at rehab, gone with him to AA meetings, found him passed out in the bathroom, and watched as he toppled over on the tennis court. All of this while innocently watching as he slowly destroyed his life and ours. And obviously it was hurtful. And inevitably, I started to question why it happened to me. Why I had to be the kid who grew up without a dad, who didn't have the experience of him watching my football games or going out in the yard and playing catch. And it was really difficult for a long time. But as we all know, life keeps moving forward, and eventually there has to be a point where you pick yourself up out from the mud and just keep trudging along. And obviously, after losing a parent, money always becomes an issue, especially when you're funding a Catholic education for 2 boys. But my mom worked her butt off and gave me every opportunity she could. She's in the crowd right now, so I wanted to take the time to say thank you to my mom for making me the person I am today. But as high school came around, I had fears that a Catholic education was no longer possible. Our current financial situation, I wasn't sure if it would allow me to go. However, my mom always assured me that money wouldn't be a problem and to go where I felt most at home. That place was Padua. I knew I could count on the people of Padua to make sure a Catholic education was accessible to me. I knew I could trust them to push me academically so that I could reach my full potential. And most of all, I knew that I would be loved and cared for before I came, while I was there, and after I left. The culmination of my Franciscan experience occurred on my junior year retreat just around a year ago. With the busyness of a school year, retreat days are a necessity. No classes, time with God, and a solid day of reflection on yourself and your life at that moment. And I've always been one of those students who dove headfirst into the retreats to make the most out of the experience. And that special day was no exception. I'm sorry, I may need to get some water because I'm having trouble. Oh, thank you. Midway through the day, I suddenly had this urge within me to tell my story of my father to my classmates. It was completely impromptu. I had nothing planned, and I nervously approached Mrs. Simna, who made those videos, and asked if I could speak that day to my classmates. They agreed, and for some reason I insisted that it be filmed so that my mom could see whatever was to occur. I stood up there and talked about my experiences, the things I saw when he was still alive, the pain I felt when he died, and the grief I still faced. As I stood there, kind of like today, my nerves just melted away. And it was at this moment that I felt closest to God in my life. However, the most powerful part wasn't the things I said, but rather the response from my fellow classmates. After I concluded, some people were in tears and others practically fell into my arms, telling me that their parents or their siblings had similar drug problems, or that my story resonated with them in some way. Now, all these people weren't my friends. Some of these people were classmates that I never imagined to have the same struggles. And it really opened my eyes to the fact that I wasn't truly alone. And I'm not telling this to put me on a pedestal or to tell you about the time I gave this great, great speech. I'm here to highlight those other kids. The ones who came up to me at the retreat crying because they understood my life and recognized that part of my story, well, that was part of their own. Those kids who struggled just as much as I did to get to this place. The ones who didn't think they'd be able to pay the price of tuition. For some, it's a given that they'll be going to Padua. But for others, they're fighting every day, just like I did, just to have the chance to come to a place like this. So tonight, I'm asking you to give generously and from your heart to those kids I talked to on my retreat, or those kids who are wishing that they could be a Bruin. Because they are there. I was one of them, and I talked to them firsthand. Give a student the opportunity to come through Padua, make a name for themselves like I did, and maybe they can even sit in those seats that you're in right now, so that they too can continue the tradition of giving and ensure that there will always be another generation of Padua Bruins. Thank you very much.
It's a great message, Dan. Thank you. You make us better. I can't wait to see what God has in store for you. You're a great Bruin. You know, over my 25 years at Padua, so many people have told me how important their Padua experience has been. That they know that they are part of a Bruin family, that they are loved, and they're never alone. As I do, they love this school. Those are the feelings that make this evening so important. People are transformed by Padua. Every year, we need $100,000 to help cover the financial aid for next year. That's what this Fund of Bruin proceeds goes towards. It's just a drop in the bucket to what we give away, but we need it. And this year is duly special because to celebrate Brother Tom Carroll and Father Alan DeCorte, we have created the Forever Friar Scholarship. It is in your honor. Anything we raise tonight beyond that first 100,000 will become that Forever Friar Fund that will continue to help Padua families in need forever. That is what we must build tonight. That's what we must start. I will be honest, I would love to raise $200,000. Half for financial aid and half for the Franciscan Fund, for the Forever Friar Fund. Nothing surprises me with this community anymore. I know we can do this. The good news is we don't start at zero. Through the generosity of so many already, we start at, I'm going to tell you, Yeah, we're going to put it on the screen. We're over $110,000 already. 124. Holy cripe. I put 50 here just in case. I told you this community never surprises me. Please help me celebrate these men, their 40 years of service, and all the friars that have come before them. We have families who need our help. We have families who need our assistance. We also know that we are blessed because we can help. Thank you, Jerry. Please help us now. Let's start this fund to Bruin. Our tuition next year is $13,150. It's not the most expensive. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Anonymous. I love you. Our tuition is $13,150. Is there anybody out there who would love to generously? Oh my goodness, I don't even have to do anything. I just have to stand here. Please consider giving $13,150. Who would like to do that? Continue to think from your heart, what would you like to do tonight to support the Forever Friar Fund? We are already at a $48,000, a $51,000 gift to the Friar Fund to continue to help people. Keep clapping, keep smiling. Do you see what you're doing? Do you see what you're a part of? It is such a blessing. Thank you, Kelly, for your gift. Thank you. Who wants to celebrate the Friars with a quarter of a tuition, maybe $3,000? Who can give deep like that? This makes all the difference. We're at $176,900. Again, please help me to raise that $200,000. Please continue to think about what the importance is. Thank you, Robert. Bob, thank you. Thank you so much. That is such a blessing. What a beautiful gift. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Thank you for all those who, I want everybody to be a part of this. In some way, one shape or form, if you can give $15,000, if you give $100,000, you are a part of this Padua family. Chris, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep clapping. Let's keep wrapping this up. Can we get to 200,000? What do you think? Can we do this? We're at 177. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of being a part of the family. Marianne, thank you so much. We're at 179. We are at 179. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. Who's going to turn us over to 180? It's so close. We're almost there. Father Alan and Brother Tom, look at how people love you. Thank you, Arlene. We're at 183, almost 184. We're going to spend a few more minutes here. This is going to continue to roll. If I had the money myself, I would do it. Janine, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're watching this happen live. Rachel, thank you so much. And for all you're doing at home, I know you're driving this thing at home, so God love you. Kristen, thank you so much. Anybody else want to continue to try to give? We're going to continue to watch this as we go. Joe, thank you so very, very much. $1,000. What a gift. What a gift. Another $1,000 from Joe Myers. Thank you, Joe. I know you're at home. You're a great Bruin. Thank you. Deneen, thank you so much again. I think you already gave us 100. Maybe you gave us 2. That would be great. Keep hitting the button. We have an anonymous gift for $15,000. So we're at 184. Some of this is continuing to roll, right? So Sean Riley, you think we're going to make this? It's getting close. Well, we see we're spinning back around here. Maybe you give again. Keep hitting the button. It's good. No, did you take your phone away? That's good. Scott, thank you so much. Thank you, Scott. Wonderful. This is such a blessing. This is absolutely a success. Yes? It's absolutely. We've never made this kind of money, ever. And in all the time I've done this, 16 years, Allison, thank you so much. So we're going to let this continue to go. I'm going to give you some thank yous as we continue to go through this. 50/50 is at $11,600. We're going to give that away in just a few minutes, right? In 5 minutes. So, again, you're going to get 50% of that, which is like $1,000. That should get us to where we need to be. It's okay. It's that fuzzy math. This is such a special community. I'm going to continue to watch this. We're going to continue. I'm absolutely moved by all of this. Thank you, Chris. You know, Bruins are incredible. We know that, right? We know we're incredible. It's a joy for me to be a part of this in even a small way, and I want to thank you and thank everyone. But I really want to thank our sponsors who really kicked this all off. The gifts of the Fredeker family, the Kohler families, the Jajitsky families, the Gaydashes, everybody who has continued to give so much to our school, Mr. Ifiola and all of those who continue to love our school. I know that it's a beautiful thing when you see these names, Michael Beal and Dave Catanzarite, MCP Family Charities and Dave Knowles and Allison. Thank you. Thank you so much. Heather, Ross and Dave Scaglione, thank you so much for what you do. Ray and Kathy Clapper. We want to thank Dave Savagno as well for his gifts to the school. It doesn't happen without you, but it doesn't happen without you either. How you feeling now, Danny? Feel blessed. Me too. Me too. I want to thank the Friars for all that you do for Padua Franciscan. I'm so blessed to have Father Mark, right? Next year, that's a blessing. It's good to have brown robes in the building, yes? Yeah, even though I got this thing, this is beautiful. I'll try on the robe, whatever it takes. Does this come with the robe? Was that on the list? I thought I was warm now, holy moly. Is that wool? Is that wool? Yeah. We have to thank our Board of Trustees for your help, your guidance, the incredible generosity, time, talent, and treasure. Please stand up if you're here, board members. All board members, please stand up. $187. We're at $187,000. Thank you, board members, for all you do. I have to thank my administrative team, specifically Tom, Bob Duraco, who's going to be our next principal. Bob, stand up. Bob? Everybody? Yes. Elizabeth Oles, please stand up. Oles Smith, our new vice principal next year. Truly a blessing. Yeah, I want to thank Steve. Steve, stand up. I want to thank Matt and Rachel and Andy. I want to thank Anne Marie. Anne Marie, you're here? Stand up. Yes. If you're here and I call your name, stand up. Kevin, Nancy, stand up. Nancy Mata. I want to thank you. You've been wonderful and inspiring to work with through all of this. I will tell you, they have done amazing work over this last year. I also want to thank Anne-Marie DiPaolo, our Vice President of Finance. She is very happy tonight. Very, very happy. Yes, so God bless her for all she's doing. We have 2 minutes here. We're going to close the silent auctions, right? 2 minutes, so this is about to be done. To our teachers, you are heroes. You worked so hard this year to deliver, oh boy, on our promise. Your efforts kept our school open with live instruction and real-time streaming. We are indebted to you. We thank you and we love you. Our teachers are phenomenal. Give them a round of applause. And I want to thank our staff. They were remarkable. They kept with creative efforts, events happening in a safe way to include and keep things functioning, having seasons and retreats and this event. Our community is blessed. Our Bruins are better together. Padua is strong because of our people. Brother Tom, thank you. You are all a part of that. And for the institutional advancement team, Amy, Elaine, Arlene, Rachel, Stephanie, Anne-Marie, Andrea, Katie, and Mark, thank you. Thank you for all you've done. And if I didn't thank my wife, Beth, I would be remiss. It has been a hectic year. And what a voice, huh? I love you, Beth. So thank you, Bruins family. You were part of something very special tonight. I'm hoping somebody's got to have 11 grand. Somebody. Just now we don't want to do 50-50. 11,875. Jerry? 11,875? Half? $3,000, right? Right around 3? Yeah, 5,9. And the winner of the 50-50, Lori Margevicius. I can have it? I'll give it to the kids. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lori. Lori gave that back. Amy, Lori gave that back. And somebody just told us we're at 200. Well, that's it. You can keep giving till you go till the cows come home. But please walk safely to your bedrooms at home tonight. If you're at home here, stick around for a little while. We'll have a little bit of fun. Remember, you're never alone. You're always a Bruin. You're always welcome here. And as always, go Bruins. Principal Dave Steck signing off. Peace. Wow. Are we off, Eric?